What's up?
We got Olivia in chat. We got Taka in chat. How's that store? Today we have salmon.
Really excited for this lunch right now,
We have
actually.
Man.
asparagus, and we got potatoes. Let us know what you're having.
It looks
Gourmet.
so good. Compliments to the chef.
Yeah. Shout
Yes.
out to Olivia, who says she has no work today, so she's home cooking.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's lovely.
What are you making? Yes. What are you making, George?
More bubble tea?
Lunch. Bubble tea for lunch.
Are our levels good for the mic? Oh no, it's not good for the mic.
No?
Are our levels okay?
Hello, hello?
Alright. Let us know if you can hear us in chat. I got a message that says they can barely hear.
Oh.
I'm gonna pray really quick.
Give me a second.
Dear God, thank you so much for this day, for this food, and this time to just hang out and chat about the zombie apocalypse. Amen.
Amen.
Alright, we got Olivia says she has eggplant and Korean mushrooms.
Oh, that sounds good too.
We're good? It's
Yeah,
good
it's
now?
good.
Alright.
Nice.
Once again, welcome. Shout out to Olivia Taka. We're talking about the zombie apocalypse today. We got salmon, asparagus, and potatoes. If you're here with us. Awesome, perfect. Yeah, what is Korean mushrooms?
That's a
Olivia's
great
saying
question.
she's doing eggplant and Korean mushrooms.
Korean mushrooms. Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Samson028 for telling us about the volume issue.
I wonder,
What Korean
what Korean
mushrooms?
mushrooms are. What are Korean mushrooms?
Olivia, take a photo for us. Send us a photo,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll let us know what you're having. All right, so today we're talking about what would you do in a zombie apocalypse. I think we should start with what is your experience of like zombie culture or media, video games, TV shows, movies, etc., etc., etc. Let us know in chat, viewers, what your experience is as well. We'll try and get to you as quick as possible.
For sure.
But what is your experience? I think also, by the way, this started with actually Katie and I started playing a game that she's never played called The Last of Us. Apparently, Korean mushrooms is enoki mushroom with Korean sauce.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's this video game called The Last of Us
The Last
that
of
I
Us.
really love. That Katie
Amazing
just started
game.
playing. Yeah. Do you want to talk more about it? What's your experience with The Last of Us?
Yeah, for sure. So
Don't
The
give
Last-
away any spoilers.
No spoilers. No worries. This is gonna be a spoiler-free, I guess, overview of The Last of Us.
I want to see how that happens.
All right. So there's this guy named Joel, right? And at the very beginning of the game.
Oh
No. So it's
no!
it's
Some stuff happens.
They
Yeah,
make
some
you
stuff
cry.
happens.
They make you cry.
yeah.
Like an
Some neighbors start to like not feel so good.
Exactly. No. So it's about Joel and this girl named Ellie, right? And Joel is escorting Ellie to a
Place.
yeah,
It's
to,
not
to,
that
to a
far.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah. But oh, I didn't realize. Well, it's okay. It's like
It's about a journey.
yeah, it's a
about
journey.
a journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
And I'm
It's-
learning that in this journey,
Yes.
you can't necessarily just rush through
Yes.
without like ducking and hiding and
And
shooting
hiding,
at
yeah.
things and like
Yeah.
making an effort.
Because there are zombies. Yeah, spoilers, there are zombies.
Mm-hmm.
But not your typical kind of zombies. Yeah. These zombies are actually, they're infected. Yeah, they're it's actually cool because I believe they actually took it from nature itself where there's
Yeah.
this fungus, right, that would they would
Is it a fungus that heals you?
mind control ants.
Yeah.
Dead ants. Yeah. And those dead ants would kind of be like, would become the vessel of these like fungus, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so The Last of Us, kind of imagine The Road with zombies. Yeah, if you've ever read The Road, it's a it's a cool little journey. Yeah, but with zombies. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Samson028 says, I'd play D&D. We're actually going to be doing an in-house zombie D&D. I don't think we're streaming it, but it's going to be a new system called The Survivors.
That's awesome.
Super fun to play zombie D&D. I love it.
Nice.
Especially when this one time we were playing zombie D&D and the players had to just climb this fence to get to like the train tracks and avoid this horde of zombies. And in D&D you roll a die in order to see if you succeed. And they could not roll over, like it's a D20, so it's like 1 to 20. 10 being like an average number,
Yeah.
they could not roll over like 5 to climb this fence. And then
we
they
were
died.
also like, yeah, we were also unfit. This is what happens when you spend most of your days sitting down in front of a computer.
Very
you won't
true.
be able to roll over a 5 when you play D&D.
For athletics.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
It's
'cause-
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the die know, the D20 knows.
They know.
The D20 knows.
The dice don't lie.
Exactly.
The dice don't lie.
I'd say that growing up, I was pretty sheltered from like movies or
yeah.
books or media that would have anything to do with like zombies or like anything super scary. So I think it's hilarious, but I think my first memory of something like zombies is actually the episode in Community where they
Really?
where they it's like something in the punch or the food, it's Halloween and they all like
yes,
start turning
yes.
they all start turning into zombies.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah.
that's actually like one of the first times that I saw something zombie-esque. And then watching The Walking Dead has been like probably my primary exposure to like
The
something
Walking Dead.
zombie-esque. Yeah, definitely.
Walking Dead was great.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, yeah. I've seen the first maybe 4 season.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I kind of fell off after.
Rick Grimes.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that's probably about where it slows down, but it
Yeah.
kind of like gets back up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Walking Dead is so cool. I think one of the coolest things. I still remember the pilot in The Walking Dead, like the first
That was
episode.
so good. Yeah.
And it's
They
actually
did
one of the
such
best
a great
pilots
job.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, because I feel like so much of The Walking Dead was about like the human condition, right? And like the relationships between the characters.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was actually my friend Ben, like of Ben and Ashley, who've been on the past couple days, who introduced me to the show and was like, I think you'd really like it. Like I think you'd find it really interesting in terms of the psychology or sociology of it, right? Like immorality and the tough choices that they have to make, and how some of the people are actually kind of like worse than the zombies, right? Like I think that's how it pans out as you
sure,
progress.
yeah.
Like that's not
Yeah.
a huge spoiler, but like what people do in the series, especially as you get into the later seasons,
Yes.
is like 100 times worse than what these like monsters
For sure.
are doing, right? So,
Yeah. Not
Isn't it-
everyone is as useful during a zombie apocalypse.
or people have their different ways of surviving. People have their different ways, I guess, of surviving,
sure.
right?
Oh,
like,
definitely,
do you
yeah.
turn vicious
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
cold
Yeah.
and lose your humanity?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another for me, sort of a memory of zombies was this game that came out a while back. I don't know why they haven't made another one. There's 2 of them, but it's called Left 4 Dead.
No,
Have you ever played Left 4 Dead, Shuli?
Yes, I played Left 4 Dead.
So it's kind of
Great
cartoony, so it's not too like scary.
No.
Well, there are parts in it that are kind of scary, but you're like 4 players, so it's like you and your buddies surviving a zombie apocalypse, like just shooting hordes of zombies and stuff. And it's a lot of fun, and there's different types of zombies and stuff. But Left 4 Dead is like this sort of fun game where like you just run around and you kill zombies and things like that.
For sure.
Yeah, so I think with the horror aspect, there's also sort of like the fun idea of a zombie apocalypse, or even movies like there was Dawn of the Dead, and they did like a parody called Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
with
yeah.
Simon Pegg.
So good.
Yeah, hilarious, right?
Well, the other one that you introduced me to was Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Yes. Yeah.
That's actually the second movie we ever watched together. The first was regular Pride and Prejudice.
Nice.
And the second was Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
That's great. I think that's a great transition.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. That's funny. That's really cool. I think one cool thing about zombies is like they're not all created the same.
Oh yeah.
Like in some genres, right? In some stories, zombies are actually like fast, or some of them can't see very well. And like because I guess watched a bunch of zombie movies. So first of all, if we're gonna survive a zombie apocalypse, we gotta figure out what zombies we're up against. Because that totally changes, That's the first thing. Is like we gotta figure out what these zombies are capable of, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we know what zombies?
That's a good point.
Yeah. Because
Well, say that they're What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna ask if like all zombies in your experience are kind of these like mindless, brain dead creatures, like what it's represented in The Walking Dead, or are there like more kind of intelligent life-esque zombies?
I think in terms of more intelligent, no. But there are like strong. There's things that are faster, right?
Right.
Yeah. I think most depictions of zombies are they're mindless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless have you encountered a zombie that's not mindless, Benson? Or?
Yeah, for sure. There's a couple examples I think of. Well, it's hard to classify what you mean by zombies, right?
Okay.
There's but yeah, like I think it's debatable. Well, they're kind of more like vampires.
Yeah.
But like in like I Am Legend.
I Am Legend, I think, are vampires.
Yeah, they're like vampires.
They're vampires, yeah.
But I think the funniest one that's notable that I want to bring up, that's hilarious, is a movie called Warm Bodies.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever watched Warm Bodies?
Yeah, Warm Bodies, yeah.
Okay, so Warm Bodies is this movie that's from the perspective of a zombie.
Yes.
In a zombie apocalypse. And he's doing his zombie thing kind of mindless. And they kind of, just stumble around, and they uncover these survivors are trapped. Or they stumble upon these survivors, and they're like, oh, like brains, right? I'm gonna eat them. And then he sees her.
Oh no.
In the distance.
Well.
Oh no.
And he starts falling in love with this human, but he's a zombie, so he's like.
It's the true Romeo and Juliet
but
story
then as
of
he
our time.
sort of
It is.
as he sort of something changes in him, and then he starts talking to his zombie friend about it, and they kind of grunt and whatever. But before long, he kind of also becomes more human-like. I don't want to spoil the end of the movie, but it's this really interesting concept, hilarious, of intelligent zombies. Resident Evil, which is also another video game that's widely successful. Resident Evil 3 remake just came out. There's 7 of them, or 6 of the games, 7 of the games. They have all sorts of different zombies. From they have the mindless ones to things that are like pretty much people, like kind of really crazy, to massive, to like kind of clever, like almost like beasts, right?
Yeah.
There's these zombie dogs in Resident Evil that's like freaky because they're dogs, so they can track you and stuff and sort of hunt you. I'm trying to think of other.
Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering kind of like what we might be up against.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Like crafty zombies, or mainly like driven by their biological instinct type zombies.
Yeah.
World War Z also has interesting zombies.
Yes, they're like a horde, like mind mentality. Horde mentality.
Yeah, but they can climb, right?
Yeah, and
they can So in World War Z, like Israel, because it's worldwide, builds this wall. And the zombies just like climb on top of one another.
Yeah.
And like make their way up.
Yeah.
I have another question. Why do you think that we like are so obsessed with zombies, or like that zombies are part of like movies that we like and stories and like where do you think that comes from?
Yeah. That's a deep question.
And some people would say that like life is kind of like morbid, like sort of that we're obsessed with death as a culture. So much so that we're almost desensitized to it.
It's sort of like this is like something that could happen. Like, is it that type of fascination?
Maybe it could be like because like it could also be a fascination with like the afterlife.
Right.
You know, what happens when you die?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And there's this like. Yeah, is it like a reanimation of a body, right? Like I think it came from like trying, like people kind of obsessed with trying to reanimate bodies, right? Trying to bring the dead back to life, and from there, like this whole like notion of like stories of like people coming back to the dead, but not as them.
Right.
These just like mindless, ruling zombies
Right.
that we know of. Yeah.
Yeah, just a thought. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, this is a great question.
Maybe that went deeper than we intended.
Oh,
No,
but
it's great. No, I love this kind of discussions.
Samson028 says, I read an article one time that zombie genre gets really popular in society when there is collective stress about the future.
Collective stress about the future. I wonder.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's
I
like
need an example of that. A collective.
Well, we're living in it.
Collective stress about the future.
Look
Is that
out
why
the
we're talking
window.
about the zombie apocalypse?
That's probably why we are currently talking about the zombie apocalypse. I wonder if it's then like you can see these people usually, right? Like defeating or like outwitting something that doesn't look like it ever could be stopped. Yeah. And it gives you hope. Like it's kind of like a maybe without even thinking about it that way, maybe even like subconsciously. It's like
sure.
Yeah.
Look at that, like the human race won, or like we were able to stop this like threat that we didn't know what to do with. And maybe that's like we need that in times like this.
Olivia says feel like maybe fear of uncontrollable breakout.
True.
Yeah, I think on the flip side there's also the like it's literally death, right? They're literally physical embodiments of death.
Yeah.
Walking towards you.
Yeah.
That's true.
And maybe you kill a couple of them.
Yeah.
But especially the horde zombies, like you can only
it seems
run.
overwhelming.
You can only run from death, right?
Yeah.
Like in a very literary way, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you can't stop it really.
Maybe it's that in person, like actually,
everything.
it's that like actual like physical representation of something we can't see.
Exactly. Yeah. You can run away from death until you become the Walking Dead.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, there's your like, philosophical discussion of the day.
The sociological analysis from Dr. Kathleen Steves.
Oh no.
Yeah.
PhD.
That's great. That's awesome.
You think we're joking, but we're not.
Yeah. This reminds me of a book that I once read about zombies. Right. And in this book, this one zombie actually kind of like in our body started forming thoughts, and he was able to like make decisions, right? And it's funny because he wanted a family, so he started recruiting these other mindless zombies. You know, so he recruited like a wife and like a kid, and like their like uncle who has like this. What do you call this? This like helmet, football helmet on, and they all have like different like abilities that they're good at because of like their physicality and stuff. But he only knows that. He's the only one who kind of can understand that, and him kind of like trying to like think of ways to guide his family. Like I think up north to Canada. It's a cool story. It's a fun little story that
sounds hilarious.
I enjoyed. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's great. And like all the different like things that they had to like tackle and stuff like that. Like I think like humans were shooting at them, but the uncle like had a helmet, so they like use him as like cover. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Alright, I think it's time to get into our main question.
Oh boy.
What would you do in a zombie apocalypse? For argument's sake, we'll do it Walking Dead style.
Okay.
So there's a couple things about Walking Dead zombies. A, they don't run. From what I remember. They don't run. So they kind of stumble.
No runners.
No runners. But B, which I think is really cool in The Walking Dead, if you die, the spoilers for season 1, if you die, you become a zombie. No matter what way you die. Old age, sickness.
Interesting. It's not from a bite.
Yeah. I think if you get bitten, you also turn.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but if you also just like die.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, because there are theories that like the virus is airborne, like it's in the air, right? Like everyone has it.
Yeah, unless you like destroy the brain, basically.
Yeah, that's how you end up killing them pretty much. Yeah. All right. So let's say, right, the zombie apocalypse. You hear on the news that there's a zombie apocalypse happening. What would you do? What would be the first thing you do?
Where are you?
Let's say you believe it.
Where are we when we hear this?
Let's say let's say we're at the church.
Okay.
Olivia says, Matt said he'll meet us at church, so I'm going to church. Let's say it's just us, for argument's sake.
Okay. All right. Just us three?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, the first thing I would do is look for weapons.
Look for weapons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look for like a weapon that I can use. Okay. And then start looking for food.
Okay.
Yeah.
So weapons and food.
Yeah.
All right.
What if we tried to secure the area?
Sure.
Like block doors, cover up windows, set a watch.
Set a watch.
Absolutely.
So you're like, we're securing the area. You're
are we in a good
weapons
tactical
and food.
position though?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're
Is
the
there a better
church.
place?
Yeah,
You know Scarborough better than I
Yes.
do.
that's true. That's true.
I'm like, this is the best I got.
Yeah, I feel like setting up near water might be good. That way you have
Okay.
you have like a side that you don't have to worry about.
But then also are you gonna outswim the zombies?
No, we're gonna build a boat.
You're gonna trap yourself in.
We're gonna build a boat.
Yeah.
We're gonna build a boat.
So we go down to the Scarborough Bluffs.
Wait.
Matt said yes. The church is actually tactically a great place.
Wait.
Just saying.
Wait. First of all right. We need in a zombie apocalypse. We need goals. All right.
We need goals.
We need goals. If you don't have a goal,
Goal
Alright, so
one.
Shuli's gonna set goals.
yeah,
Survive.
that's a goal. Yeah.
Shirley's gonna whiteboard the heck out of this
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
He's
I'm
gonna set
whiteboard-
some smart goals.
Yeah, smart goals. Okay, it has to be achievable. It has to be simple.
Time limited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think
Realistic,
we just stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Board up some windows.
Okay.
Board up
Okay.
some entrances.
Okay.
Do some research.
Okay. What research would you?
So we tackle.
how to-
No. We tackle one and we set up a lab and
A lab.
run some experiments.
Okay. Olivia says I'd get medicines. Prob.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We might have to send someone out to the local shop.
Wait, did you say you would tackle a zombie
Wait, what?
and then set up a lab?
That's just
All right.
That's just sinking in.
We have one person who knows how to use a lab.
I mean, I know you are a doctor.
Exactly. It's like, I think you, between Benson and I, you who else is gonna work on this lab?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is what is this beaker?
Maybe that's for later
This
on.
water?
Maybe that's for later on with
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, later on.
Later on down the line, we've got some military cots kicking around.
Yeah, we
just
do.
in case
That's
of
true.
emergency. We actually have a decent stockpile of food right now, just in case
Yeah.
of emergency.
It's a
So
lot of pasta.
I think all that, if we're literally this happened 2 hours from
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
we're in a good position here.
All right. Samson says, I'd agree with Katie and cover the windows, especially so that other scavengers can't tell where we are easily and try to steal our stuff.
That's right.
How do you feel about other scavengers?
Ooh, rough.
Because here's what I would actually do.
Oh boy.
I would take all the food, in my opinion. I'd take all the food. I would grab whatever makeshift weapons. I think I have some hockey sticks around, maybe some baseball bats.
Yeah.
Kitchen knives.
Yeah. And then I would actually pack up Gertie, the hatchback, and start driving. Because there's a lot of people to get infected in the city.
Yeah.
And I don't
That's
want to
what I
get
was thinking,
stuck in the city.
But
Like
what
in
if,
The Last of Us. For those who
No.
know.
But then you'll encounter though those lineups of cars trying to get out.
Well, depending.
Like in The Walking Dead, right?
Depending.
That's why we need a horse. It's a
Okay.
good thing I invested in a horse before all of this.
Yeah. What was your horse's name again?
Roach.
Roach.
I've
Yeah.
yet to see this horse. So
Yeah, Roach just lives in the gym.
I'm not gonna put my hopes on it.
All right.
Yeah, do you think, I don't know, do you think people would be reasonable? Because, for example, in,
People won't be
COVID, can you
People,
imagine it's
people are barely reasonable waiting in the Walmart line
you
these
imagine,
days.
Can you imagine there's a zombie apocalypse outbreak, and the government is just, CP24 is like, alright everyone, just practice social distancing and self-isolation.
All right, guys. Let's practice social distancing away from zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you see someone,
Yeah.
Just stay 6 meters, stay 2 meters
6 feet
away
Yeah.
If there is a horde,
at all times.
yeah. Make sure you have your horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Samson says, true, I would try to get out of the city first, but if it were too late, I would hole up in my spot for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. That seems to be
3
the magic
weeks.
number.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So hypothetical situation.
All right.
Yeah.
You're at the church.
Yeah.
You've
I'm at the
boarded
church.
up the windows.
Yeah.
Boarding up the
You
windows.
have your weapons. You have your food.
We have our lab.
You have your
we
lab.
have our lab. Okay.
You have your horse that lives
We
in
have
the gym.
Roach. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. This family comes knocking on the door.
Oh no.
There's a dad. There's a mom. There's 2 little kids.
Okay.
They're looking for help. What do you do?
Well, if at this point we've been able to figure out how to test people to see if they
Well,
test positive
I don't know if it's
because
that
of
far.
the lab.
Well, say you've been here for like 1 week.
Well, the lab progress can happen very quickly when you're motivated in science.
All right.
So if we
Yes.
know how to test people,
Right.
then we can like see what's going on with them.
Okay.
And if they're okay, then I'd let them in.
Okay. Well, let's say you know if they're zombies. Let's say you know that they're like it's clear if they're like they could be bitten, but they could also like if they're just normal people, then they're probably just normal people.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's like it's not like they could be carrying it, but there's no symptoms. But no, that's a great idea.
But then I think at this
Alright.
point, early days,
Early days. That's true. That's true.
then it's like okay,
That's true.
like we have enough still.
How much
We-
food do we have?
A good amount.
I think we have like 2 weeks of food.
We have 2. All right. We have 2 weeks of food.
Samson says he would ask them 3 questions, but yeah, we have like in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And we're gonna multiply ourselves by like.
Ooh, that's a great thought, right?
Yeah. Now there's 7 of us. If we.
Well, we're not eating salmon and potatoes every day.
But
Like
No,
we're
you're
gonna
not.
have to ration.
But if we lived in the Scarborough Bluffs, where
Well,
there's
we're not-
salmon in Lake Ontario,
Yeah.
we could eat salmon every day.
Yeah.
That's gonna give you. That's
Shout out
gonna
to
give you.
Olivia. I'll pray first. Maybe God will
Yeah.
say something.
Yeah.
Olivia,
If you're eating whatever comes out of Lake Ontario,
Okay. All right.
in this area, we're gonna have bigger problems than
Here's my
zombies.
question. Question number 1: How fit is the father?
I don't know.
All right.
He's average.
All right. So he can work.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. We can take him in. All right.
Okay.
My first question is, who's the leader here?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Who's the Rick Grimes of
We
this
got-
Yeah.
game?
Who's
we
Rick
got-
Grimes?
Katie, who is the agent of progress,
All right.
building the lab,
Yeah.
That's right.
looking for a cure.
Cool.
Amazing.
All right.
The whole
I'll be the scavenger. I got my horse.
Shoelace,
I got my
the
horsey.
scavenger,
Yeah.
the skeptic.
Yeah.
Can the dad work?
Yeah. Can the dad work?
Can we only take the dad?
No, I'm not saying we only. I'm not saying we
He
only
can come
take the dad. I'm just saying the most useful person to take at the moment is the dad.
Well, how motivated is he going to be to work if his kids are like outside
That's
being
true.
eaten by zombies?
Exactly, but he's not. We're not gonna.
He's
do
gonna
that
turn
to you.
around
That's
and
mean.
He's gonna turn around and stab
That's
you in your
mean.
back in your sleep.
Yeah, but assessing what you're getting right out of this is still pretty good, right?
Oh, yeah, oh,
it,
yeah.
It doesn't mean we're gonna like not accept everyone else. We're
Yeah.
just assessing the viability of the people
Right.
who are joining us.
Samson028 says, I'd be cautious, but I think if you can get a good read on people in the early days, I would let people in.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who's like, let's get out of here. Let's just bug out.
Yeah.
Let's just like
You can have an escape plan.
find like my
See,
plan
if
though
we
would
were
be
by
to escape
water,
plan.
we could start building our boat.
No, but I mean like I would drive to like camp, right? I would drive
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Camp
yeah.
Clausen or something.
But I think we have to like
there.
also foresee that the water might get shut off.
Yeah.
Talking about water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
that's why I think
have to,
fresh
like-
water, like by a lake. I think
Right.
like Muskoka region.
Right.
Yeah.
Those nice cottages.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be living schwanky.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is this is not a vacation. This is not a vacation.
No.
Troy says scavenge for food, then scavenge for friends. Haha, find a safe spot and then stay there for the rest of your life.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Easy.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta scavenge
Easy.
for friends now.
Scavenge for friends. No.
It's a
All
good
right.
thing I've
I'm
been
just
keeping
saying.
these friends on a bad day for a
On
bad
your
day.
average day in spring or summer,
Yeah.
probably, right? When there's no panic,
Right.
it's difficult enough to get up north, trust me.
Mm.
You're not gonna drive. Do you have a private jet?
We're gonna walk.
Like,
Alright,
do you have
we're
that?
gonna
Do you
walk.
have?
We're gonna
I mean,
walk.
it's really an issue of inequality because I think only the wealthy survive the zombie apocalypse.
It's true. You're seeing. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You get your private jet, you can just fly yourself up to
We
Exactly.
got the horse. Can the horse carry 3 people?
Muskoka Woods and bounce on the bouncy like thing in the water for like
iceberg.
jump off the
Yeah.
bouncy iceberg at Camp Clausen until your heart's content. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, how many people would you let in? Do you think you would start? Okay, so let's say either you hole up here or you get out of the city, right? It's been like 2 months.
Yeah.
There are zombies,
Yeah.
right? But they're not, and like most of the world is taken over.
Yeah.
But it's not like it, and like you can go out and look for things, right? There's relative risk, but really you're safe kind of where you are.
Yeah.
How many people would you allow in? Do you think?
Where's the what's our setting?
Either here, like at the church,
Yeah,
Or
It's
like-
hard. You
or
can't
like,
start
let's say-
community in this.
or let's say like a
Yeah.
cottage up north or something,
Yeah.
right? Like a
Okay.
yeah.
right. So we have the like backyard city farmers right across the street. I think they just like transport their operation over to like the balcony or someplace where there's lots of sunlight coming in.
Okay.
We get like crops
Oh, you wouldn't farm
growing.
outside, huh?
No, because there's
Okay.
freaking zombies outside.
Yeah,
That's true.
We
Maybe
get
you
to
build
cross,
a
like-
fence. You wouldn't like.
Yeah, like that. Trust me, that balcony is like a greenhouse.
It's super warm. Yeah.
So that like we set up those boxes.
Wait, which
we
bucket?
get
Like up there?
Yeah.
yeah in the
Oh.
sanctuary. Yeah. We
Can
get like a little
glass
farming
windows,
operation
like,
going
on. The
on.
roof? Like,
Sure.
oh, that's too much project. How
You're
are you
just
gonna,
gonna, like-
How are you gonna do that? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
no.
I don't know. I don't know.
You
But
can't.
that like giant stained glass window would be like a godsend. And
Ooh.
I think
It's
depending
true.
on how things are going, since we don't like have a gated community, right? Like maybe that
Yeah.
will
we don't
happen
have a
later.
gated community.
But
It's a
depending
problem.
on how things are going, I think we like get a decent sense for how many people we can support. I don't know that exact number because I don't know how many.
Would you let 50 people in?
If
I
we
don't
can,
know. Is that? Oh, that sounds
if
like
we
a
can become
lot.
It's a
self-sustaining.
lot of people.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but if we can become self-sustaining, it's not like we don't have places for them to sleep.
Yeah.
Like
The problem is there's not enough distance for one another. Once one person gets infected, inside, it's gonna be like rough.
well, this is
You know
just
what I
like
mean?
good practice for that. You're not allowed to go outside.
This is good. Yeah.
Or-
You can't go outside.
We're already used to that.
You
We got
can't go
this.
outside.
We got this in the bag.
How are we gonna resupply? How are we gonna get our crops?
Well,
This is great.
you can go
discussion.
outside, but like the majority of people,
Right.
like basically that's what you sign when you come in. It's like, okay, I'm like
So I'm the only one who's gonna scavenge?
hunkering
No,
down
Plus the
here.
dad who's kind of fit, but not really. Also, you know, we
The dad
kind of
would-
sent
the-
away the rest of their family, so he doesn't want to work now. Why did
No.
we do that?
It's been
Why did we do that?
it's been 2 months. The dad's probably more fit now. You know.
I'm just saying, like in The Walking Dead, do you see your
He's been moving
average,
pews. You know.
your average citizen Joe Smith is not the one going out scavenging, right?
Yeah,
It's like Daryl.
Oh,
You know,
Daryl.
like you have a
Yeah.
team.
Yes.
You know what the signs are. You know if you've been infected.
Yes.
You know that you're going to actually be strong enough to do what needs to be done. If you are infected, you're not bringing it back here.
Do you think you would struggle if I became a zombie? If I got bit,
Like, yes.
would you be strong enough to do what has to be done?
What kind of question is that?
I, your fiance,
Yeah. There we go. Oh
or
no.
would you? Oh no! Don't cry.
Don't ask me that
Okay, it has to
question.
be done. Katie, you have to do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
What's
It has
wrong
to be
with you? What is wrong with you people? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. No.
You wouldn't just like tie me up somewhere until there was a cure.
I don't know.
We can't risk it.
I don't know. Oh my gosh, yes we can. We have enough rooms in this building.
No, we don't.
We can't. Well, we can't risk it. We have enough rooms. We can put him in a room.
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna
right.
put him in a room, give him a leash,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough
take
one.
apart his jaw.
Oh no!
That way
No.
he can't bite.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. He's still alive.
Guess it's better than death.
Is it though? Is it though? That's the real
Is it?
It's
question.
you. I don't know. That's a hard one. That's like the farmer situation in Walking Dead. For those that know it.
Honestly,
like,
it's an easy choice.
For Julie, it's an easy choice. What would be your choice, Julie?
But I expect the same thing for me.
Well, I'll do what needs to be done in your case.
Yes.
I won't say that I'll do it half
30 people. Would you allow 30 people in?
Yeah.
I think my comfort level right now is 15. I don't know.
15. All right.
Well, the government really says groups under 5, so you're way out of the ballpark.
Yeah,
at this
exactly.
point.
Because how are we gonna feed people?
I told you
Well,
we're
good
gonna
question.
start the.
But crops don't grow overnight.
No.
Well, you said we're into it a bit now, though.
2 months.
So-
2 months.
Yeah, crops can grow in 2 months. Some crops.
Yeah, that's a lot of crops.
Well.
Yes.
I think that the way you could possibly is that like in the city there's a lot of like people, so like there's abandoned houses or like hopefully grocery stores. You know, like where there's more people, there's more food.
Yes. That is.
Yeah, but you
Statistically
could
true.
supplement with your garden, your
Mhm.
indoor greenhouse.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, people just eat a little bit less.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
Again, we're not serving up salmon dinners.
It's true.
But imagine if we can.
Well, you
Because
can't.
we
live
are
the
right
life.
next to water.
Well,
And then
sort
we
of.
can build a boat and have goals, smart goals. Right? We have people fishing for food. Alright, we have our greenhouse. It's making sense. If we ever get stuck, we can all, go on our little boat.
Wait a sec. Could you do what needs to be done if I got bit?
Yeah, I think so. I think, but only because I don't think that's living. I don't think that's living.
Yes.
I think people who are like if I keep you alive, but not alive because you're a zombie, then I'm gonna be. Who else am I gonna keep alive that's not alive?
Yeah.
Then we gotta keep everyone alive, right? That's
Exactly.
not alive.
Yeah.
You know.
And frankly enough, we're not smart enough to figure out
Yeah.
an antidote. You might be,
Yeah.
but we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
I
these
get the
are
mic
these are
working.
the types of questions that couples need to have in times
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
Let's bring it up at our next premarital.
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal.
Well, Olivia's saying, I think we can start to build the church more bigger.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna start.
An
We're gonna do
expansion project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of fundraising.
Crowdfunding
We're gonna start a campaign.
We're gonna start handing out pamphlets.
to the zombies.
Yeah. Join our church.
No, but I think there's I think there's merit in that, right? Like you
Welcome
start
to
building.
ABC.
Yeah, you start building like a little bit outside.
Yeah.
I think I would try and move some of the pews to make like a perimeter. Maybe
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah, you can build some more spaces
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah. Do we turn the balcony into a green spot or like a what do you call this a spot for us to kind of like do a lookout.
Well, it can be both.
I guess.
Well, it can only do one
Yeah.
direction,
Yeah.
which is sort of
That's
a problem.
true.
Yeah.
Or we build. I guess we have to build a lookout somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe on top of the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we build a lookout and then we just look around us and it's just like zombies, like pockets of zombies everywhere, and we're just like, and they're just like slowly, like coming to the church,
Well, I think you just.
you know.
Then you take your hand grenade.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoa!
Whoa! Where did the hand grenade come from?
The lab, of
Where did we
course.
get the hand grenade?
The lab.
What?
We've been mass producing weapons as well as testing zombies.
What lab is? Whoa! Can we also just make like a time machine in this lab that can create hand
I
grenades?
don't know if
and
we're quite
weapons?
there yet.
Okay, what hand grenades?
Alright,
But-
so it's only been 2 months. Give us another 2 months.
Some basic explosives.
Mm.
Not too far out of reach, I think.
All right.
Mm.
Yeah, let's say like the hordes are closing in.
Mhm.
Do you think you're more geared towards like let's hunker down and wait it out, or like try and flee?
Hmm. I think I'm at that point where I would try and flee.
You try and risk it. Okay.
Yeah, with a smaller group of people.
Who makes the cut in this smaller group of people?
It depends on how fit you are.
Wait, but if they're more fit than you, then you're the slowest one, and then
Yeah, exactly.
you'll
Yeah,
get
I
eaten
just-
first.
yeah, exactly. I'm just like, oh well. No. I don't know. a good question. Honestly, I would probably go with whatever like the leader decides. Yeah.
But you wouldn't be the leader?
No, I wouldn't be the leader. Yeah, I'm already a scavenger. Yeah, I've already signed myself. Yeah, I'm not gonna be the leader.
Have we held a general election yet?
We have.
Who is the leader?
Yeah.
Still upholding democracy? Are we still in a capitalist society, or are we communists
No, I think it has to
or
be
socialists?
Yeah, I think it has
Pay our
to
taxes.
I think in a moment like this, someone's gonna step up already. Like naturally, someone's gonna be stepping up. Yeah, and if someone does step up, there's probably gonna be someone who's gonna try to oppose that person, right? And there's gonna be like some sort of like coup that's happening
Whoa.
inside the church already.
Wow.
Yeah, so. But.
What would it take for you to kick someone out of the community?
Mm-hmm.
You're hunkered. It's been 4 months.
Mm-hmm. If they're slowly.
You have 20 people.
Mm-hmm.
Murder?
Murder.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe like
Mhm.
extreme violence.
What if someone's like, very like someone is like sowing seeds of deceit?
Ooh.
Like subversiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's doing it very like tactically.
Right.
Ooh, yeah.
And trying to divide the group or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Would you kick that person out? Or be like, well, they haven't killed anyone.
I probably would.
Yeah.
I'd probably kick them out.
That can be more dangerous sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like before, and I guess nothing like this happens in an actual emergency, but before you let people in, it would be good for like the original 3 to sit down and come up with like a code of conduct.
Yeah.
That it's like, here's what you need to agree to, or else,
Yeah.
like we started this community.
Yeah.
We can decide like what we want it to look like.
Mm-hmm. I love
type
how
of
there's
people
still
we
like
want.
democracy there.
Well,
Give it to the original 3. Yeah.
There's democracy within.
Yeah.
It's more like a dictatorship.
3 dictators.
Olivia says, out of topic question, does that mean we cannot pray with our eyes open and we can't have worship because it's too loud? In a zombie apocalypse.
I don't know. We'll
Maybe.
I'd pray with my eyes open.
We'll have Olivia
It's on
right
the table.
outside with her eyes closed and then sing Oceans at the top of her lungs.
It's on the table.
Yeah. I think worship would be too loud, probably.
Yeah, worship, yeah.
We can always worship in our hearts.
Or we can build a soundproof room in the church. Yeah. Where we can worship.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if someone was also like stealing, like taking more than their share,
Yeah.
that's rough. That's hard. Like if there's like if everyone's gonna sign like one X amount of food every day and they're taking like 2 or 3 times the amount, yeah, that's hard.
It's tough, right? Because everyone's gonna have a story.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And want to be the exception.
I'm a father
Yeah.
of
like
my kids who are 2.
Yeah.
And I've been here since the beginning.
You should give this father a name. Like this guy needs a name by now. He's so involved with his father.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be like, well, my wife needs this medicine. It's all we got.
It's always
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Okay, would you take, and I feel like this happens in not every zombie movie, but some zombie movies, and especially happened in Lost, so I'm curious.
Yeah.
Would you take a pregnant woman?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whew.
Are you even allowed to ask that question?
I'm just, I
An
just posed the question.
Yeah.
I just posed the question.
I would take a pregnant woman. Man, it's just going to be like it's gonna be like we're gonna have to like
Because it's not just
everyone needs to
her.
be on board.
It's the baby, right? Like
Yeah.
when the baby comes,
Yeah.
right? It's taking care of the child.
Yeah. This is
Who's
the
gonna
plan.
cry?
This is the plan. Anyone who's not into us taking the baby needs to go.
Ooh.
Yeah, because everyone needs to be like on board.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What if
That's
it's
what I
your
would do.
What if it's your new best friend, the father,
Oh my god.
who's now extremely fit?
Oh no, we're losing our best scavenger
You must go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
I think if we're gonna be taking, someone, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think that should be the condition for excluding someone, for sure.
Yeah. The condition should be, if you're not for this, then go.
I think like babies at a time, like dangerous as they might be, but babies at a time like this would bring hope, regeneration, new life.
Yes. It's gonna bring hope and more zombies.
It gets
balances
darker.
out. It balances out.
It gets darker before the dawn, truly.
Exactly.
It always gets darkest before the dawn.
Yeah, I agree with you. We should take the pregnant lady. Yeah.
Right.
We should get rid of the fit father. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, the pregnant lady's son probably grows up to be even more fit.
Exactly.
Than
There
the
we
fit
go.
father.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's called
Or
an
daughter.
investment.
And they get like,
Yeah.
they get the
Even
job
better.
done.
There we go. Yeah. The lady's actual son is also immune to the virus.
Oh.
Yeah. So by accepting, this pregnant lady, it's actually giving us more of a chance to find a cure.
That would be interesting if all people born like after the outbreak
That would be
were
interesting.
immune somehow.
Would his name be Ellis? Ellis?
Ellis.
Okay, I think okay,
Eli.
I have another situation for you. It's been a year.
Okay.
You have little Ellis with you. You have
Little
the
Ellis.
super fit father still.
Okay.
He decides to stay.
Okay.
He gets on board.
He gets on board.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You got 20 people.
All right.
You're
20.
pretty, there's still zombies around, but you're in a
Okay.
pretty good situation.
Yeah.
Living
Everyone
life.
has a job now.
Everyone has a
knows
job.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
No one's stealing.
Yeah.
You've exiled whoever needs to be exiled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judas at
you
the
get-
back door.
You get a radio broadcast or internet broadcast, whatever. You get a ping.
Okay.
You know those yellow amber alert pings on your phone?
Nice. Yeah.
That says all survivors, we have the situation under control. All survivors should get to Ottawa, which is 5 hours away by drive. We have supplies. We can protect you.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah. We can't drive, by the way. Let's say for this, all vehicles are gone,
Why?
they're, dead.
Why?
In a year.
Gertie. It's probably pretty rusty by now.
Oh, Gertie, you wouldn't make me
Your-
drive.
Your plan, your escape plan has, has rusted
sure.
over.
So, but still, it's Ottawa's 300 kilometers. Or
Right. Or a working vehicle is very rare. Let's
Sure,
say
yeah,
a working
sure.
vehicle is very rare.
Let's say you don't have
that.
that. We'll say you don't have
Well, we don't have enough for the 50 of us.
Yeah.
So it might be how long would it take to walk? Let's see. Let me look this up. Google Maps.
Yeah.
Toronto to Ottawa. Ottawa. They're Justin Trudeau comes on. He's like, "We got you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay." All right. It would take. Oh, it only takes 75 hours
Okay. So
How brisk are they walking?
or 78 hours.
all right, let's say 5 days. Let's say
Yeah,
5
a
days.
week or a
Let's
week.
say okay. Let's give it a week. All right. Are we sending a smaller group first to confirm?
I don't know. There's 20 of you.
Do we have a way to communicate back?
No.
Let's say no.
Someone probably
Yeah.
needs to go back. Yeah.
You would say send someone first. and
Yeah,
you
I would
come
send
back.
someone first rather than have the whole group of 20. Yeah. Yeah. Why would you abandon something that we've survived for
A year.
a year?
That's true.
Yeah, and
Right.
kind of pro that idea as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you just send everyone? Also, by sending everyone, you're gonna be moving slower.
Yes, but then you
Maybe.
don't. But then that person doesn't have to risk possibly dying.
That's true.
Well, maybe they have a school bus or something there that they can send back to pick up the rest of us. If we're we have young children
Yeah.
and we're trying to follow but we can't.
Think about Ellis.
Think of a little Ellis.
Yeah.
Maybe not just one person, maybe a couple.
No, yeah. No,
Like,
it won't be one person.
A representative from the original 3.
Yeah.
A representative
Socially,
from
yeah.
the scavenging team.
Yeah.
And from
So the dad.
The dad.
from the hunting
Yeah.
watch keeping
Okay.
Yeah.
team. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And then someone from the lab.
Yeah,
The
someone
lab.
from the lab, absolutely, with all the
Yeah.
medical supplies and grenades.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
So,
So you guys would send a 4 team.
Yeah. Team of 4,
Yeah,
maybe
team of 4.
5.
I agree.
Yeah.
Kind of
Maybe
like the
5.
fellowship,
Need a
but
bait.
smaller.
How long would you wait until you're like they're dead? If they never got back to you.
A month?
Yeah, I'm not saying reasonable.
Like if they don't come back in a
Because
month.
it's like
if you don't hear from
hopefully it
them in a
takes a
month.
week there, hopefully it takes a week back.
Yeah.
Maybe they rest for like a week
Yeah.
or 3 days.
Yeah.
And then like
Okay.
it would be
So if,
strange.
let's say they don't
Maybe
make it
a month
back.
and a half.
Month and a half.
Yeah.
They don't make it back.
Wait. There was a way to communicate to us. They can just be like,
Ping.
ping, yeah.
But that's what I mean. So let's say like there's no ping, right? Let's say there's no ping after like a month and a half.
Okay. Yeah.
Your team is like has no sign of them.
Okay. And we didn't get a ping.
You didn't get a ping.
Alright.
Would you go, or would you be like, no, we're just gonna stay here?
I think I'd stay.
I'd stay.
Again, is like the unknown worth risking it
Yeah.
at this point?
Stay with Ellis.
Yeah.
Well, there's a really good setup here, and we can't guarantee that.
Yeah. But
On the
also,
road.
like, how do we, like, because, like, if they, like, if they died somewhere along the way, that means it's dangerous. It's a very dangerous.
Well, of course it's gonna be dangerous.
Because these are our
to-
best
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So how are we supposed to make it?
Yeah, exactly.
The rest
Way
of
more
us.
people.
The rest of us, average people.
Well, that's like in that reminds you of the movie. Did you ever watch Bird Box?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the premise is similar.
Apparently
There's like
Bird
some.
Box is not that great.
It's not as good as
Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place. It's okay. It's decent.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
decent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Decent.
If you just take it as a
I'll give
movie,
it.
like for entertainment value, it's fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's not gonna win any awards
No.
like A Quiet Place, but
Yeah.
yeah. But it's this idea of like they get this like message that's like there's somewhere that's safe,
Mm.
and they're held up in a location, and it's like, do you risk going?
Mm.
Do you risk going? Nadia says, "Hey guys, I've been watching riveted to this combo.
Ooh.
Awesome. Let us know what you would do, Nadia,
Oh
in a
man.
zombie apocalypse."
Yes.
These are not
We
easy
would
questions,
gladly
as it
take
turns
you.
out.
Yeah. Nadia, if you were at the
Alright,
church and we needed your car,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those times I asked you for your car. This is what we were.
yeah.
Preparing
This is what we were
for.
preparing for.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. It's a lot better than Gertie
Mm-hmm.
because Gertie's really old. Well, she's not old.
She's gonna be replaced soon.
She's.
Especially if you have to drive across the country
Yes.
in July.
Nadia's like, you got it.
Nice, thank you,
Yeah,
Nadia.
awesome.
We can count on
We
you.
can count on you.
Always.
Well, will you take me in? Of course we take you in.
Yes, we take you in.
Depends.
Well,
Unless you have some secret past.
oh man.
What can you contribute to this?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, what are your
Administration.
contributions? Yeah. License and registrations, please.
Yeah.
License ready. Oh man, that's funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
we need to.
All right, and then rent. Okay, final question. Random
Okay.
question.
Okay,
Zombie apocalypse. It's been 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
We're here. We're safe.
Did they come back?
We'll say the father comes back.
Or not
If he's
Shuli?
Well, we'll say Shuli comes back. Shuli and the father come back.
Okay.
Right.
Julie comes back as a father.
You need that.
Sorry, guys.
I got a little distracted along the way.
Wow.
This is why this is why you didn't hear from me. For
Yeah,
this is why it took
a
me
few
so long to
months.
get
It's
back.
been a long time to get back.
Nadia says we sent Shuli out to see if the ghost is there.
Yeah, we do, but
Oh.
he comes back. With a few more mouths to feed.
I was gonna say, do you think, because it's like 2 years, things are kind of secure. Every so often you lose people, right? Because it's always dangerous. Yeah. Do you think you would try and start a family?
Oh.
You're looking at me.
Shuli, do you think you'd try and start a family? First ringer. Oh my
Yo,
goodness, I
what's up, Marissa?
Oh my gosh.
You just missed me coming back as a father after.
Apparently
It's
you
a long
would.
journey.
He was supposed to going to like get help.
Yeah.
Apparently, got a little distracted along the way.
Yeah.
Comes
back with a kid.
Man.
Comes back with a kid.
Oh gosh.
Actually comes back with his fictional child.
Yeah, Rufus.
Rufus.
Stay in the
Name's
corner.
Gelato.
And he's
Gelato.
Gelato. You find Gelato Girl.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
I think my
Rufus and
answer.
Ellis.
I think my answer is like probably.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, as long as.
Sorry,
you,
what was the question again?
Would you start a family?
Would you start?
Would you
would
start
try
a
and
try
family
to start a
in a
family?
zombie apocalypse?
Yeah.
Probably. 2 years, sort of like this is the new reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Like-
sense. Yeah.
We need.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not that we would just do it pragmatically, but
Yeah.
like probably need more people.
Right.
Want more people.
We might be the hope.
Yeah, that's
of
what I mean.
civilization.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And again, if the lab had progressed enough,
For
maybe
sure.
the lab becomes like a hospital wing.
Ooh.
Like again,
Yeah,
within
yeah.
those 2 years, I think we take in like a doctor.
Mhm.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
things
Yeah.
become a little bit like more amenable to that possibility.
Yeah.
I think so, as long as I haven't had to like do what was necessary to you.
As long as you didn't have to put me down.
Yeah, as long as you're still here, give it a go.
I would hold little Gelato, right, really close. I'd
Little
be
Gelato.
like, Gelato, look, this is the family that we started 2 years ago.
Aww, the original three.
Would you
Yeah.
would you go up on the roof with Gelato
Yeah.
and say
yeah.
everything that Lilith touches
Yep.
is zombies?
Is it?
And what's the shadows, Dad? More zombies.
All the zombies.
Gotta propagate
Oh.
the species, says Earthstringer.
But yeah, hey, we could start a
Oh.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe we do build barricades so
Life
there's
in
like
the zombie
enough
apocalypse.
outside space
Exactly.
to build bigger gardens.
Yeah, yeah. I think you could fence things in, hopefully.
Man.
Mm.
I would just use we have this big field, like across the church. I would just use that as a garden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't think the zombies are interested in crops.
We could
Yeah.
also tunnel.
Nadia saying
Nice.
where are the
Really
resources
good.
coming from? All right, so
For a garden?
Nadia, move back a bit. We recruited, all right, this father when we first started, right, and we trained him to be one of the best scavengers ever. So we have the fit father. Also, we turned the balcony into a greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Also, we have this lab that can make grenades and weaponry.
Yeah, to build, we would just take tools and supplies from like houses and things nearby.
Scavenging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scavenging.
I think a real possibility though, like if you've got the people, could be to build like a tunnel. So you can go underneath the road and the houses.
Oh
and
wow,
Get to,
I've never seen that. That's actually
and get
really
to
interesting.
like the garden. Like if you're gardening on a field over there,
Oh.
then you don't even have to go outside.
That's smart. This is why you have a PhD.
You can build like a little tunnel system, right? So that you don't have to go outside to get from one place to another.
Ooh.
So maybe there's a garden over there. Like that house across the street
Yeah.
becomes the hospital.
Oh,
like-
so you don't have to go outside?
Yeah, maybe it's like an
Yeah.
underground network.
Yeah, we need diggers.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, we've got all the
This is
time
such
in
a
the world.
Crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna survive.
Conversation.
All right, one thing I know for sure, if there's a zombie apocalypse,
Is
we're
there
gonna
gonna become a
survive.
father?
We're gonna be so good.
Yeah, we're gonna survive it. We're gonna become parents.
I'm gonna be a father.
We're gonna continue on the next generation.
Yes. I'm supposed to be gone for 2 weeks. And I'm gone for a year.
You come back to the
The
child.
next time I can't find you, I'm gonna be very suspicious.
Nadia says she'll babysit. Yes.
Aw, there we go.
The child care.
Nadia, you are
That's
in.
right. The childcare
Yeah.
center can be over there.
Yeah. Earthstringer says the tunnel is a double-edged sword. If zombies get in, you can be sandwiched and not be able to escape quickly and safely.
Oh.
I think the strategy is to not. I mean, yeah. I think if they get in, we're dead.
Yeah.
I think the tunnels also have gates, like at the entrances,
Yeah.
so that hopefully.
Oh, Olivia's like, take care of Toonie for me, Nadia.
Oh,
she
no.
would bring Toonie the
Toonie.
bird. Toonie her bird.
Olivia, I have some bad news.
It's interesting to think about, like, okay, which resources would be, like, what would you start first?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what do you need
What's most
immediately?
important?
Mhm.
What's kind of like, like we are used to having it like a school, but is it like necessary the first 2 years of the zombie apocalypse?
For sure.
Right?
For
Like,
sure.
like
How
what
are
are
you
some
empowered?
of those? Yeah, like
Yeah.
kind of what would need to be established first?
Yeah.
Like I guess probably medical
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
center of some
Well,
sort.
food, yeah.
Yeah, food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we dispose of bodies?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, or Stringer, we have to remember zombies are hordes of corpses without strength inhibitors.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for hanging out today. That's all the time we have. This was
We can still
hilarious.
keep going.
This conversation was so funny.
I think we survived.
Let us know if you love this conversation, if
We
you found it
survived.
as entertaining and hilarious as we did. Thanks for your comments. There is no lunch attack tomorrow.
No.
Unfortunately, but we'll be back next week, Tuesday to Friday.
Yes.
More interesting topics, so keep a lookout for what we're going to be talking about next week.
Mhm.
We do have a special Good Friday thing, if you haven't heard,
Yes.
happening tomorrow at 11. It's a Good Friday reflection, and we have church on Sunday as well.
Yes.
And youth group on Friday night. All these streams, tune in, and we love you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us at Lunch Attack. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. You can watch the video again. You can scrub through it. Bye.